I meticulously planned a surprise rooftop proposal for my girlfriend's 30th birthday with her entire family present. When I got down on one knee, instead of saying yes, she looked at me with pure disdain and said, "Are you serious? You ruined my birthday with your agenda." Something in me snapped. I stood up, looked her in the eye, and said, "You're right. My mistake." I pocketed the ring, thanked her family for coming, and walked away. I had been with my girlfriend for 4 years. We met through friends, moved in together after a year and a half, and had discussed marriage extensively. She had even sent me Pinterest boards of rings she adored and emphasized she wanted a meaningful proposal, not something casual on a random Tuesday. She had been telling friends she was impatient for me to ask, so when her 30th birthday approached, I decided this was the perfect moment. I spent 3 months planning. I rented a rooftop event space at a high-end downtown hotel and coordinated with her parents, sister, brother-in-law, grandmother, college best friend, and about 20 other close friends. I hired a professional photographer, ordered a custom cake with our initials, and bought the ring, a 1.8 carat oval cut diamond in a platinum setting, exactly matching her dream design. It cost me $14,500, representing 2 years of savings. The plan was for her to think we were just having a small family dinner. When we arrived at the rooftop, everyone would yell, "Surprise!" After an hour of celebrating, I would make a toast and propose. The incident. The night began perfectly. She loved the surprise, hugged everyone, and was glowing. An hour in, I got the signal from the photographer. I clinked my glass, gathered everyone's attention, and gave a heartfelt speech about how the last 4 years were the best of my life. Her mother was crying. Her grandmother was beaming. I dropped to one knee. "Will you marry me?" Silence. The air left the room. She stared at me, her expression shifting from shock to cold anger. "Are you serious right now?" I blinked, confused. "What? You did this on my birthday in front of everyone?" I was still kneeling, holding the open ring box. You thought what? That you'd hijack my birthday for your agenda?" Her voice was loud enough for everyone to hear. "This was supposed to be my night, my celebration, and you made it about yourself." I saw her mother's face cycle from joy to confusion to utter mortification. "I wanted to make it special," I stammered. "Special? You couldn't let me have one night that wasn't about what you wanted? You had to make yourself the center of attention? This is so typical." I stayed there for a few seconds, processing the cruelty of her words. Then clarity hit me. I stood up, snapped the ring box shut, and slid it into my jacket pocket. "You're right. My mistake." She looked surprised by my calm demeanor. "What?" I said, "You're right. I shouldn't have done this on your birthday. That was wrong of me." I turned to the stunned crowd. "Thank you all for coming. I'm sorry for the confusion. Please, enjoy the rest of the party." I walked past her crying mother, and got into the elevator. I drove home in silence, sat on the couch staring at the ring box for 2 hours, then hid it in a sock drawer and went to sleep. The aftermath. By morning, I had 52 unread messages and 19 missed calls. When her mother called again, I answered. "I don't even know where to start," her mom said, weeping. "I am so sorry." "You don't need to apologize," I told her. "What she said to you, it was unacceptable. Her father and I are mortified. She's been crying all night. She says she didn't mean it, that she was overwhelmed." "I understand, but I can't talk to her right now." "I understand, but please don't make permanent decisions based on one bad moment. She loves you." "She might, but she humiliated me in front of everyone I invited to celebrate her birthday. I can't forget that." I knew then that I wasn't marrying someone who felt entitled to treat me that way. Update 1. 5 days later. It has been nearly a week and the situation has spiraled. To answer some comments, no, this wasn't a pattern I ignored. She could be demanding, but nothing like this. I have been staying at a friend's house since that night. The confrontation. The day after the proposal, she tracked my phone location to my friend's house. She showed up at the door, crying, telling my friend she needed to explain. He kept the door closed until she left. Later, she sent a long text. "I know I messed up. I was overwhelmed. I had too much champagne. I panicked. You have to understand, I've been planning my birthday for weeks, and suddenly it wasn't about me. I felt ambushed. You have to see it from my perspective. Notice the absence of, "I'm sorry I hurt you," just excuses. The narrative shift. 2 days later, her sister called to check on me. She revealed that my ex was telling a different story to people who weren't at the party, that I had sprung it on her without consideration and ruined her night. She was painting herself as the victim of an ambush. I realized I needed to protect my reputation. I spoke to her best friend who had recorded the proposal and her parents, confirming the truth. The video of her reaction, her cruel tone, and the phrase, "your agenda," began circulating in their friend group. People saw the disgust in her face. The narrative shifted immediately. The workplace incident. She then showed up at my workplace, waiting by my car. "We need to talk," she demanded. "You can't just throw away 4 years." "I'm not throwing it away. I'm accepting that it's gone." She tried to argue that I should understand her panic, but I held firm. "You called my proposal your agenda. You made asking you to marry me feel like an inconvenience." She cried, accusing me of giving up. I drove away. I've contacted a lawyer about breaking our lease and started the return process for the ring. Update 2. 12 days later. Things have gotten worse for her, but I am finding clarity. The apartment. I offered to pay the lease break fee, $3,400, if she signed the papers. She refused, demanding I keep my name on the lease while she lived there because she couldn't afford it alone. I refused to subsidize her life. Eventually, her father stepped in, agreeing to cover 3 months of rent so she could figure things out. I moved my stuff out while she made herself scarce. The social fallout. The video of the proposal has quietly spread through her social circle. Her friend group has fractured. Many couldn't believe the contempt she showed. Her best friend, the one who recorded it, confronted her, calling her cruel. My ex accused her of betrayal, and they haven't spoken since. The ego comment. She tracked me down one last time at my friend's house, demanding a second chance. When I refused to accept her non-apology, she looked at me and said, "Are you really going to throw everything away over your ego?" That was the final nail. I got on one knee, was publicly rejected, and she called it my ego. I blocked her number immediately after that. I returned the ring and received $12,200 in store credit. I plan to buy my mom something beautiful. Final update. Closing the chapter. 19 days later. The situation has resolved and I am ready to move on. Her life now. The truth has consequences. Her reputation took a massive hit, not because I sought revenge, but because people saw who she really was. Friends, half her circle has distanced themselves. Work, a coworker who was at the party spread the story. She feels judged in the office and uncomfortable. Family, her parents love her, but the relationship is strained. Her mother told her sister she doesn't recognize the daughter who said those things. Her sister called me last week to let me know my ex is moving to another state for a fresh start. She thanked me for not dragging her sister publicly, acknowledging that many men would be vindictive. My life now. I am doing okay. I miss the version of her I thought existed, but I am in therapy to understand why I missed the red flags. My therapist framed the proposal as a stress test that she failed spectacularly. I used part of the ring credit to buy my mom a gold bracelet. She cried happy tears, a stark contrast to the tears of the last few weeks. I am now living in a small, quiet, one-bedroom apartment. It is peaceful. I realized I dodged a $14,500 bullet. She wanted her birthday to be about her, and she got her wish. It became entirely about her character, revealed for everyone to see. Epilogue. 6 months later. Added. Recent information. It has been half a year since that night on the rooftop. Life looks very different now. I received a generic closure email from her a month ago. It was less defensive than before, admitting that she had been working through her narcissism issues in therapy. She finally admitted that she had taken my love for granted. I didn't reply. I didn't feel the need to. I've started dating again, slowly. It's strange but refreshing. On my most recent date, when the check came, the woman insisted on splitting it because she had treated me to the movie. It was a small gesture, but it reminded me that partnership is about balance, not agendas. The remaining credit from the ring is still sitting at the jeweler's. I think I'll use it to buy myself a nice watch, a reminder that my time is valuable and I should never again spend it on someone who doesn't value me. Thank you all for listening. Case closed.